Hi, my name is Eloy, and I'm going to share 6 characteristics of becoming a great leader. One is knowing who you are. When you know who you are, you can get things done, right? Knowing who you are is the person that you are when you're by yourself, with your friends, or even with coworkers. But why do we act differently? God created us to become the one person that He wanted us to be. So why do we be different people when we're around different people? Being a leader is recognizing that we need to be true to ourselves, not just for ourselves, but for our team. And when we're true to ourselves and to our team, success starts to happen. And once we see that, we're able to start connecting in ways that we never thought we could with our team members. Second is caring. When you care, you love. I know that sounds funny. Love, right? Love your employees, love your team members. Really? Let me share this scripture with you. Proverbs 20, verse 28. It says, "Love and faithfulness keep a king safe. Through love, his throne is made secure." I love that scripture because it's so true. When you care for others, just as the king did in this verse, you start to see that people want to do that for you as well. It's not something that becomes fake, but it's a real feeling that they have for you, which is why the king was able to secure his throne, because they loved him so much because he loved them. Now, when you love co-workers or team members, we need to remember that we need to love them even if they're different from us. Yes, it's weird sometimes, but we need to learn to love their passions. We need to learn how to love them for their family, love them for their issues. All these things that we can learn from them will help us become a great leader. Because who knows? Maybe one day that person's going to tell you something that you may need to hear to help your team. Maybe something that you needed to hear to help your company. An issue that just you were so blinded to see, but they weren't. An issue that they help you see. That's what team is about. That's what everything about caring for your team members is about. 3, be present. Being present in their lives is important. I want to go ahead and share another scripture with you. It's from Proverbs 16, verse 15. It says, "When a king's face brightens, it means life. His favor is like a rain cloud in the spring." So, when people see us, we want them to be excited to see us. We don't want to be somewhere in the shadows watching what they're doing, creeping on them through the blinds. No, we want to be there present in what they're doing, asking questions and just being personal with them. Again, building that relationship. When you build that relationship, you're going to start seeing so many things happen. We want to rub shoulders with our coworkers, team members daily. We want to be transparent with them. We want to ask them, "How are you doing?" And really mean, "How are you doing?" This connection is something that people strive for. And it builds trust. And most importantly, it builds community. Number 4, connect. Again, I got another proverb, and that's Proverb 16, verse 10. And here it says, "The king speaks with divine wisdom. He must never judge unfairly." When we connect with people, just like this says, we must do it out of love. We must do it out of knowing what we're doing. We need to remember our team is our team. Our team is our family. And without them, a lot of things can't get done. I like to remember a time when I was in the service and when I used to see men and women achieve awards, achieve medals. Now, this wasn't done because they did it by themselves. No, there's so much more to that. These medals and awards they received were part of their team that they were a part of. The leadership that they fell into. Their workers that were working for them. Without that, they couldn't achieve winning a medal. Again, just like an NBA team and an NFL team, without a quarterback, they can't score. Without a defense, they can't prevent scoring. So, having just more than one person loving on them and being able to hear them out, be intentional, is the main thing I want to try to instill right now. Don't just go and get on their Facebook or their Instagram or their Snapchat and say, oh yeah, I'm friends with them. I know who they are. No, you don't. Because just like the way you are on Instagram, Facebook is the way they are too. They only show the good and they don't show the bad. We want to be able to love them for who they are. Love them through the good and through the bad. We want to show them the grace that God gave us to them. Let them know that they can come up to us and ask for questions. One thing I heard a pastor tell me when I was coming up in my leadership was, everyone communicates, but few connect. And that's quite interesting because it's true. People talk to each other all the time, but there's hardly any connection. Again, be intentional in creating these opportunities. 5, be encouraging. I know it's hard sometimes to be like that in a world where things are so horrible. The news is always constantly showing crazy stuff in our world. But be different. Be encouraging. Love people. Again, I have another proverb that greatly demonstrates this. It's Proverbs 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Again, are you wanting to surround yourself with people that that are just not fun to be around? That are constantly just letting you down, that are constantly just making you feel little, make you feel unworthy? No, of course not. One thing I learned is a great leader is like a talent agent. We look for what they're trying to accomplish. Now, that doesn't always make sense, right? A leader is a talent agent. But as a leader, we want to look for the good things and the bad things, but mostly highlight the good things. Because when we highlight the good things, we can correct the bad things. And when we are able to correct the bad things, we start to see the bad things start diminishing. The bad things become less and less occurring. We need to be that source of motivation that helps people be consistent. We need to be fair. We need to stick with reality and not something that we are just trying to achieve, and encourage even small situations. Encouraging can go a long, long way in leadership. And last is be hopeful. Proverbs 23:18 says, "There is surely a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off." I love that verse again. Staying positive, regardless of any situation, of any task, of any assignment. Looking at the glass half full rather than the glass half empty. We need to create a culture of belief for our team members, for our coworkers. A belief of knowing that their leadership is always standing firmly behind them through whatever decision they make, whether it's good or bad. Learning opportunities is what helps people learn. Mistakes are going to happen, some big, some small, but it's our responsibility as leaders to take that into our hands and realize that yes, they made a mistake, but that mistake is not theirs to bear, but ours. Because us as leaders should have prevented that from happening. Create an atmosphere of just, again, being hopeful. Love them. I can't say that more than enough. It's like we're a piece of the puzzle that's creating a big, big picture. And when we are that last piece in that puzzle, we start to see the beauty behind what it is. When you can demonstrate knowing who you are, being present, getting connected, encouraging, and being hopeful, you'll start to see that your leadership went from here to here. All because of your intentionality of loving these people that are wanting to work with you, that are continuing to work with you. That's what makes a great leader. Thanks.